Hello everyone, today we're going on an adventure into the world of one of nature's most misunderstood creatures, the wasp. When people hear the word wasp, they often think of a painful sting at a summer picnic, but there is so much more to these amazing insects. Wasps belong to a large group of insects called Hymenoptera, which also includes their more popular cousins, bees and ants. In fact, the simplest way to think about a wasp is to say it's any insect in this group that isn't a bee or an ant. There are over 100,000 different kinds of wasps all over the world, each one with its own unique story and purpose. So, how can you tell a wasp apart from a bee? While bees are often fuzzy and round, most wasps are sleek and smooth. This is because bees have fuzzy bodies to help them collect pollen from flowers, which they use for food. Wasps don't need to collect pollen in the same way, so their bodies are built for speed and hunting. The most common feature that almost all wasps share is a very thin waist, which connects their chest to their abdomen. This narrow part is called a petiole, and it gives them incredible flexibility, allowing them to aim their stingers with amazing precision. Wasps come in a truly incredible range of sizes, showcasing nature's diversity. Some are so small you can barely see them. The tiniest wasps in the world are called fairy flies, and some are only 1/10 of a millimeter long, smaller than a single grain of salt. On the other end of the scale, you have giants like the tarantula hawk, which can grow up to 5 centimeters long, or the fearsome giant hornet, which can reach nearly 7 centimeters. Their colors are just as varied, from the familiar black and yellow of a yellow jacket, to shiny metallic blues and greens, and even bright reds. While bees are famous for making honey and ants for their organized colonies on the ground, wasps have their own special place in the animal kingdom. They are nature's original pest controllers, and their history goes back millions of years. They are complex, intelligent, and absolutely vital to keeping our ecosystems healthy. They might not be as cuddly as a bee, but they are just as important. By understanding them better, we can learn to appreciate their role and see them not as pests, but as powerful allies in the natural world. Let's get ready to explore their fascinating lives. Wasps are not new to our planet, they are ancient survivors. Fossil evidence shows that wasps have been around for about 150 million years, which means they were flying through the air when dinosaurs still roamed the Earth. The types of wasps we see today, which look more modern, first appeared around 60 million years ago. Humans have known about wasps for a very long time too. In fact, a famous play from ancient Greece written in 422 BC was called The Wasps. This shows that even thousands of years ago, people were familiar with these insects and their buzzing, active behavior. When it comes to how they live, wasps are divided into two very different groups: social wasps and solitary wasps. Social wasps, like yellow jackets and hornets, live together in large colonies, much like bees do. These colonies have a queen who lays all the eggs, and many worker wasps who build the nest, find food, and defend their home. They build incredible nests out of a special paper they make themselves. They do this by chewing up tiny bits of wood or plant fibers and mixing it with their saliva, creating a strong but lightweight paper pulp to construct their complicated homes. On the other hand, most wasp species are actually solitary. This means they live and work all by themselves. A solitary female wasp is a true supermom. She builds her own nest, hunts for food, and lays her eggs all without any help. She will never meet her own babies, but she works hard to make sure they have everything they need to survive. These solitary wasps don't form big colonies or swarm to defend a nest, which is why you might not even notice them. They are often much less aggressive than social wasps because they only have themselves to worry about. The homes of these solitary wasps are just as incredible as the large paper nests of social wasps. Some dig tunnels in the ground while others create small nests out of mud, which are known as mud dauber nests. Some clever wasps even find hollow stems of plants or tiny holes in wood to use as a safe place to lay their eggs. Whether they live in a massive, bustling city of thousands or work quietly on their own, wasps have found amazing ways to build homes and raise their young in almost every environment on Earth. Many people are surprised to learn what adult wasps actually eat. Despite their reputation as fierce hunters, most adult wasps are vegetarians for most of their lives. They fly from flower to flower, drinking sweet nectar, just like bees do. This makes them accidental pollinators, helping plants produce fruit and seeds as they travel. However, their diet changes as the seasons change. In the late summer and early autumn, the flowers start to disappear, and their nectar supply runs low. This is when wasps can become more aggressive, as they search desperately for sugary foods, which is why they might show up at your picnic to investigate your sweet drinks. So if the adults eat nectar, why do we see them catching spiders and caterpillars? That food is not for them, it is for their babies. Wasp larvae, or the young wasps, are carnivores and need protein to grow strong. The mother wasp is a dedicated hunter who catches other insects and spiders to feed to her young. This is where wasps play a very important role as predators. They help control the populations of many other insects that we might consider pests, like aphids that eat garden plants or flies that can spread disease. Without wasps, these other insect populations could grow out of control. Some wasps have developed truly amazing and unique hunting behaviors that seem like something out of a science fiction movie. The emerald jewel wasp, for example, has a particularly incredible method. It hunts cockroaches and stings them twice. The first sting paralyzes the cockroach's body, and the second, very precise sting goes directly into its brain. This second sting doesn't kill the cockroach, but it turns it into a zombie that the wasp can lead by its antenna back to its burrow. The wasp then lays an egg on the living cockroach, which becomes a fresh food source for the larva when it hatches. Another famous hunter is the tarantula hawk, a huge wasp that bravely takes on tarantulas. Its sting is one of the most painful in the insect world, and it's powerful enough to paralyze the giant spider. The wasp then drags the spider to its nest and lays a single egg on it. When the larva hatches, it has a massive meal waiting for it. And then there are the giant Japanese hornets, which work together in groups. A small team of just 30 hornets can attack a hive and defeat 30,000 honeybees in just a few hours, stealing their young to feed their own. These behaviors show how wasps are masters of survival. After learning about their incredible hunting skills and complex lives, it becomes clear that wasps are much more than just a nuisance. They are essential to the health of our planet. As apex predators of the insect world, their primary job is to regulate the populations of other arthropods, which includes insects, spiders, and mites. Think of them as the lions and wolves of the miniature world that exists in our backyards and forests. They keep things in balance. Without wasps, our world would be overrun with many other insects, many of which can damage crops that we rely on for food. Their role as pest controllers is so effective that some farmers and gardeners actually use wasps to protect their plants. Instead of using chemical pesticides, they release specific types of wasps that hunt the very insects that are eating their crops. This is a natural and environmentally friendly way to manage pests. For example, some tiny wasps lay their eggs inside the eggs of moths whose caterpillars would otherwise destroy fields of corn or cotton. The wasp larvae eat the moth eggs from the inside, preventing them from ever hatching. This saves our food supply in a way that is safe for the environment. Furthermore, even though they are not as efficient as bees, wasps do contribute to pollination. As the adult wasps travel from plant to plant drinking nectar, they carry pollen with them, helping plants reproduce. Some plants, especially certain types of orchids, have evolved to rely almost entirely on specific wasp species for their pollination. This special relationship between the plant and the wasp is a perfect example of how interconnected nature is. Every creature, no matter how small or scary it might seem, has a job to do, and the wasp's job is incredibly important for biodiversity. So the next time you see a wasp, try to remember all the amazing things it does for our world. While it's still wise to be cautious and give them their space, especially around their nests, we can also appreciate them for what they are. Ancient survivors, skilled architects, expert hunters, and crucial caretakers of our environment. They are not villains, but vital members of a complex natural system. By understanding their role, we can move past our fear and develop a newfound respect for these fascinating and powerful predators. They truly are nature's misunderstood heroes.